Let's see if the music will play. Let me make sure I'm live everywhere first. Okay, so I am live on. Okay, I'm live on YouTube. Let's check Twitch. See if I'm live on Twitch. Okay, I'm on Twitch. Let's check Behance. See if I'm in the game on Behance. Okay, Behance. We in this junt. Behance, we in this junt. Alright, now let's check Twitch. Now we already checked Twitch. Let's check Trovo. Trovo, is we in the game? Uh-oh. No. Okay, yep. Trovo, we in the game. Now I feel like I could finally reveal myself. As if I'm hiding. I'm not hiding. I just don't like jumping on if I'm not ready. Just give me 1 second, y'all. Let me pause this music. I'm not 100% sure if I'm live everywhere I'm supposed to be live, because for some reason, a lot of times when I jump on, certain platforms aren't working. For some reason, my Instagram live is not working like that. So I got to go straight into the game and check and see what is exactly the issue and why that's not logging me on in the correct manner. But if you was on the live stream last night, y'all already seen what I was working on. I was working on the on this ice cream design, as you can see on the screen. And if you can't see it on the screen, I'm gonna go ahead and go in here and do some editing and make sure I could get this correctly. My main thing right now is just trying to get my my Instagram on point, because I should be able to stream on Instagram. I'm almost literally at 10,000 followers. There's no reason I shouldn't be able to just jump on there and do my thing also. Okay, so yeah, I do see that y'all can see the illustrator on my screen. Okay, somebody said something. Who is that talking? Oh, that's my guy Kent Vice. Yo, shout out to my Kent. I said shout out to my Ken. Yo, shout out to my guy Kent Vice. Always coming in, showing love with the good morning. Good morning to you, my brother. I appreciate you. Always coming in, showing that love. And right now, all I'm doing right now for the people who are just now coming in, or you, well, I'm not sure that much people is in because I literally just got on. But good morning if you are watching this playback video on YouTube or whichever platform you're watching this from. Just give me 1 second, y'all. I'm trying to find an actual picture of some ice cream so I can steal the colors. Y'all already know I'm hitting licks on them colors. That's right. Cartoon ice cream cone double scoop. I was thinking about making the ice cream pink, possibly chocolate, or we might just go with vanilla. I'm just trying to make sure I have the correct colors of that cone. A lot of times it's hard to get the correct colors for that cone. All right, I'm gonna show y'all. So once you actually get to this point of your design, let me turn that off. What you want to do is add colors. So you want to go ahead and drag the picture in. I didn't just do that right. Make sure you're on the layer that you can color on, and then you drag the picture inside like this. Boom. Once you drag that color in, once you drag that picture inside, the picture will be on the side, kind of looking like that. And matter of fact, I'm gonna push this all the way to the side so it's not in the way. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna select this entire project. So just grab your selection tool, and what you want to do is zoom out and then select this entire thing just like that. Make sure you're not selecting the picture right there. So you see how the whole thing is selected? As you see, when it's selected, the whole thing should be highlighted whatever color that the layer is. My layer is red, so the whole thing should be highlighted in red. Once the whole thing is highlighted in red like this, what I want you to do is go to the top of the screen, click on Object, scroll down to Live Paint, and click make. Once you click that, then that will turn on the live paint bucket. So what I want you to do now is once you have this ready, I want you to click on the live paint bucket on the left side toolbar. And if you did this step correctly, once you hover your mouse over whichever part of the design, it should highlight red like that, or whichever color your layer is. It should be highlighting like that if you did this correctly. All right, now what we're gonna do now is we're gonna click on the the eyedropper tool. Click on that eyedropper tool and then click on whichever color you wanna take from this design. Anyways, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on this chocolate. Boom, you see, click on that chocolate. That's how you hit a lick on that color. So as soon as you hit that lick, click back on your live paint bucket tool, and then we start coloring in all of whichever color we want to cut in. So all this ice cream is melting, so I'm gonna make the bottom chocolate just like that. As you see, we just coloring that in, making sure we get those colors in correctly. And I was debating on if I should make a lot of the drips the same color as the bottom ice cream scoop. I might mix it up though. Since we ran into chocolate, we might as well just keep it chocolate. Color that in. Hold on, wait, boom. As you can see, we got the chocolate. Now let's go down. Let's color all that in chocolate. See, the reason why I don't like choosing chocolate, because it always looks like, let me be careful with my words, because you know I'm on these different platforms. It looks like waste. It looks like
detected in the front yard.
Yeah, man. Every single, like literally every time somebody walk past my house, all my alarms is going crazy. Okay, so as you can see, we got the chocolate dripping down. And now let's go to the top and excuse me. We're gonna click on the eyedropper tool and grab the color from the vanilla. Boom. Remember vanilla, you always want to make that almost a very bright yellow, almost as if it's white. Sometimes vanilla isn't that color in real life, but we are doing cartoons. This isn't real. So let's go ahead and color that in. Boom, 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 boom. Let me make sure ain't nobody said nothing. I don't want you to feel like I'm ignoring yous. Just give me 1 second. Okay, nobody said nothing there. Nobody said nothing there. Nobody said nothing there. Cool. I see 2 people watching on Behance, but they quiet. Appreciate that. Instagram, I still don't think it's working. I don't think my live is still working on Instagram, so I gotta do some surgery over there. Yo, shout out to Mr. Prince X for joining in on Trovo. I appreciate you. Yeah, I know if I see your names, I make sure I properly shout you out. But if I don't see you, it is what it is. All right, let's continue coloring. All we're doing right now, we're using that live paint bucket tool to color in the project. Now, it's all really a preference thing when it comes down to these designs. Once you actually get your design, you can color it whatever color you want it to be. And let's say you want different things to be different colors. You may want colors to be lighter. And a lot of times when you're doing cartoons, you want to be kind of funny with your colors. Like, for example, somebody may see a design like this and they may say, hey, let's make the eyes darker. So what you want to do is just grab your eyedropper tool, click on the color within the eyes, click on your color box that's right here on the bottom of your left side toolbar. Double click that and just drag your slider down a little bit darker. And then press OK. Once you press OK, you can go ahead and just color in whatever you was going to color in. So like, let's say we was making the eyes a little bit darker. Just to show just a distinction on the different items. Let's say you wanted something closer to be lighter. So same thing, grab your eyedropper tool, click on the part that you want to be lighter, which would be this bottom part right here. We want that to seem as if it's sticking out. So double click your color box and then drag the colors up a little bit brighter on that one. Then press OK. Once you press OK, click back on your live paint bucket tool and just paint that in. Boom, just like that. Now, I personally don't like the way that looks, so I'm gonna hit Command Z and undo that. But I just wanted to give y'all an example, just in case you come into a situation where you want to make a move like that. So, for example, we're gonna do the same thing on the bottom on the chocolate. We're gonna make the eyes darker. So what we're gonna do? If you've been paying attention, click on your eyedropper tool, click on the eye down there that you want to color. As you see, we just chose the chocolate color. Double click on your color box, drag that slider down slightly, a little bit darker, just like that, then press OK. Boom. Now what I want you to do is grab your live paint bucket tool again and then start painting that in. Boom. Boom. Now it's all a preference thing. Like I said, you can make that a lot darker, a lot lighter. It's all on you at the end of the day. So now what we're going to do is we're going to color in the cone. So same thing that I said before. Click on the eyedropper tool. Boom. Click on the color of the cone right there. Boom. We don't want to get those outer edges. Those are too light. We kind of want to just get that darker part of the cone. So let's click on that, and then let's just start coloring in our cone. So with the cone, there's either two ways you can do this. You can either choose your color with the eyedropper and then make the shape and put the shape behind all your line work. So I'll show you how to do that real quick. Just in case, it's only because people have wrote me saying that they know faster ways to do it. So I just want to show y'all that I do know the faster way. I just like to show y'all the easy way for beginners who are watching. Now, mind you, these lives are for beginners. These are not for the advanced people, okay? So this is how you put the colors behind the design. What you want to do, I'm grabbing the pen tool and I'm creating the shape of the outline that I'm trying to fill in. So let's create the shape. Boom. And we want to make sure we stay behind these lines. Pay attention to how I'm staying behind these lines. I'm making sure I'm staying behind the lines of the cone. As you see, I'm using my pen tool to make sure, I'm going to turn the color off in that. I'm using my pen tool to stay within the inside. Boom. Just make sure we stay behind this cone. Boom. Boom. So now let's fill back in the color. Just click the color right under the color box. Boom. Now, in order to put this behind everything, all you have to do is right click, scroll down to arrange, and then click send to back. Boom. Once you click send to back, it's going to send the entire thing back just like that. And all you have to do is just, in order to make all that missing, just start coloring in all the other parts. Of course, his glove is going to be white. So I'll just color in his glove. And as you can see, as we color in the glove, those colors are behind everything. So let's undo all that, because I just wanted to show y'all that as an example. So the way that we're going to do it is the easy way, which we're going to click that color with the eyedropper tool. Boom. Then we're going to grab our live paint bucket tool. And then we're going to go ahead and just manually color that in. Boom, boom, boom. See, now this way takes a little bit longer, but this is a safer way to get this done. If you ever want to get this done, this is a safer way to get this done. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me check my cameras. I'm hearing noises. Check my cameras real quick. I don't play all them noises. Okay, I'm making sure ain't nobody walking towards my house. Might have to get that thing and get the thing in. All right, so let's continue coloring. As you can see, we're coloring in with that live paint bucket tool. Just like that. Now, this is a lot safer to do, because it's a dog outside, sound like he in distress. Yo, who's attacking this dog? Somebody go help that lady. Yeah, that dog is out there suffering. What the hell is going on with that dog? I don't think y'all can hear that, but yo, it's a dog out there barking like somebody is stabbing him in the chest or something. See, that's why I got to move the hell out this neighborhood, man. This neighborhood is something else, man. People shooting up the houses, dogs outside screaming. That was a blood-curdling scream. What the hell is going on with this neighborhood, man? All right. So anyway, once you got the cone colored in, then we can start coloring in all the other stuff. As you know, we do the white glove. If you've been watching me over the years, you've seen me create designs similar to this. I feel like I invented this. I've never seen another artist create these type of designs with a hand holding up different things, with a cartoon hand holding up different things, like with this ice cream and the other one. I have another hand very similar holding a burger. I never put that on the internet, but might as well put it on the internet now. But yeah, I started this whole wave. Now let's go ahead and color in the eyes. We don't want the eyes to look like they're high, because y'all think I always do that, but I don't. But I am going to put a little bit of red in them just so they look a little bit more realistic. Not red, but like a slight pink. A slight pink that's kind of close to white. Just like that. Boom. Let's color in the other one. Boom. Just like that. Let's color in that bottom. Boom. Just like that. Look at that. We already finished with the design. All we have to do is just color that background. I don't really know what I should color the background. I want to color in something that complements the design. So let's try like a sky blue. Okay, yeah, that sky blue ain't bad to me. I don't mind that. Okay, what we're gonna do next, now that we have this entire thing colored, hold on, let me check everything. I don't want you to feel like I'm ignoring you. Hold on. Let me check all these sites. Yo, shout out to Idris Basari. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I appreciate you coming in. Excuse me. I appreciate you coming in and hitting like, my brother. Shout out to the people on YouTube. Can't see your names. Oh, Kent Vice says he can't hear me. Hold on. Hold up. Y'all can't hear me? Oh, no. He's talking about the dog. He talking about the dog that was outside screaming. Yo. Yo, that dog, man. Yeah, y'all had to hear that, man. It was a dog outside screaming. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, bro. I don't know why that dog is out there screaming like that. But yeah, okay. Yo, shout out to my guy Kent. Shout out to Herman Lerman, who just entered on Trovo. Appreciate you for coming in, showing that love. All right, let's get back to the design. So what we do from this point, like I always say, once you work on a design like this, one of the first things you want to focus on is your highlights and shadows. Now, you don't want to do highlights and shadows for every type of design that you work on within Adobe Illustrator. You just want to do that on certain designs. Sometimes when you add shadows and highlights, it's overkill. You don't want to be doing that on every design, but just do it on designs where you could just kind of eyeball and be like, okay, this needs that. So as you see, I've already added shadows to this design. I'm trying to turn off all the shadows on the white parts, because if you edit the shadows on the white parts, a lot of times it won't really do much justice to the design. So as you see, we have all the shadows in right now. I'm gonna change the opacity to about, let's go to about 50. See, when I change this to 50, it's now a little bit darker to where you can see it a little bit better. So let's select that entire thing. Let's deselect all the ones that's on the white. And I'm gonna put a soft light on all of the shadows, just so the shadows can mix in with the colors a lot better. So in order to put a soft light on there, what you want to do is click on the right side toolbar and click on the transparency button. Once the transparency button is two circles intersected into each other. If you don't see the transparency menu, just go to the top of your screen, click on Windows, scroll down to the T's, and you should see a button that says transparency. Click that, and you should see what I'm seeing right now. So once you see that, all you have to do is click on where it says normal. Just click on the drop down menu from that. Boom. Once you click that, click on soft light. Boom. Once you click on soft light, it should look something like that. If you look at the Jesus Christ, man. What is up with people always walking past my goddamn house? Okay, now that's just a neighbor. Okay, anyways, it should look something like that. Once it looks like that, what I want you to do is change the opacity all the way up, drag it all the way up to 100%. Boom. It should get a little bit darker like that. Boom. That's the exact type of look that I'm going for. I want the look to look like shadows, but I want the shadows to be complementing the colors almost as if they're a darker color of the colors on the design. A lot of times when you're working on cartoon designs, you want to have these type of shadows because that's going to make the design pop out a little bit more. Now, let's say you've then, created shadows on top of, and the shadow is so big, it's on top of the white and the color. This is how you're going to fix that. What you're going to do is you'll pull out your knife. If you don't see a knife on your left side toolbar, what I want you to do is click those three dots on the bottom of the left side toolbar. As you can see right here, click that. And once you click that, a menu is going to open that says all tools. What I want you to do is look through those tools until you see a tool that says knife. Pull out that knife. Boom. Just click on that knife. Click out of that all tools menu. And as you see, if you have your whatever highlighted that you want to choose to cut, all I got to do is just cut it just like this. I'm going to click on the outside of it and drag it over just like that. Boom. See, my cut was trash, but don't worry. Just hit Command Z. Just keep cutting until you cut right there on the line. Do not get outside of the lines. Boom, just like that. Now let's do it to the other one. Use our knife and cut in the inside of that, just right there. See that? Boom, perfect. Okay, so now that we have both of those selected, just click off of it. And now we can click on the colors. So click on the colors, boom, boom. And we want those colors to match all of the darker colors on the other part. So while I have both of those selected, I'm gonna click on the, the eyedropper tool. Click on that eyedropper tool and then click on the other shadow that I want to match with, boom. Once I click on those shadows, it should look just like that. You see that? It should look like that. Now we're going to do the same thing on this top one, just so y'all don't fall off. I don't want you to fall off the wagon. All right, we got those selected. Boom. What I tell you to do before, grab that knife. Boom, grab that knife. We got to get a little bit surgical on this one. So what I want you to do is cut straight down like that. Make sure you're on the line. Boom. Cut straight over just like that. Make sure you're on the line. Boom. And then click off of it. If you click off of it, now this is separated. Boom. We have now cut and separated the shadow on the whites from the shadow on the colors. So now let's go ahead and do what we do. Grab that that eyedropper tool. I keep forgetting the damn name of it. And then click on the old shadow from any of the old parts. Boom. And that should change it to the shadow to mix with the colors. Let's do the same thing on this last one. Let's zoom in. Hold up. Command plus. Because my zoom act like it don't want to work. So let's grab that knife. Let's cut right in there the exact same way. Cut straight down. Boom, just like that. Now let's cut to the side. Boom, we cutting to separate this, remember. So click off of it. Click that top. Let's grab our eyedropper tool again and click on our old shadow. Boom. And now we got color inside the shadow. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how you do that. You know, I don't think I've ever seen a tutorial on that, so y'all might be getting an exclusive right now. Really, a lot of the tutorials that I learned from, they don't even exist no more, so I be trying to tell y'all, a lot of these tutorials that I'm showing y'all, you damn near only gonna see this on Skillshare. And you already know, you got Skillshare, you gotta pay. You got to pay. You ain't about to be out here being cheap on Skillshare, because Apple will get that money, and they will get it in a sneaky way. One day you're going to be somewhere at a restaurant chilling. Next thing you know, you're getting charged by Apple for Skillshare. That's how slick they is. You is not going to have Skillshare without them sneaking and taking your money at 3 in the morning or something like that. Yo, we gotta legit do something about that. I'm not even going to lie to you. We got to do something about that. There's no way that Apple should have the access to just bust out of nowhere and just take money out your account whenever they please. Like, I don't like that. That's why if you have an Apple account, make sure you're using a card that you can lock. So Apple can't just bust out of nowhere and charge you when you ain't paying attention. Okay, so let's continue. I feel like I'm talking too much. So once we get to this point of completing all of our shadows, what we want to do now is add highlights. Now, most cartoons, if you see them, the highlights are the outer edges, are the lighter parts on the outer edges of the skin. I could show you some examples, but it would literally take me forever to show you all these different cartoons with highlights. So I'll just show you. So what you want to do is select your project. Just click anywhere on it. That should select the entire thing if you've been following the way that I'm creating this. Once you select that entire thing, what I want you to do is go to the top of the screen and click on Object, scroll down to Expand and click it. Once you click it, the expand menu will pop up. Don't change nothing. Just click OK. Once you click OK, boom, you should end up right there. It literally looks like nothing even happened, but don't worry about it because something then happened. Everything is now expanded. So what I want you to do is now click your white selection tool, not the black one. Choose the white one. It's right next to the black one. If you have a long menu, it should be right under the black one. But I don't choose the long menu because that's dumb to me because you can't see everything. So let's click the white selection tool, boom. Now let's click on the design just like that, boom. Let's click on wherever we're trying to add those highlights to. So let's click one right here too. Boom. Make sure you're holding your shift if you're clicking on multiple areas. And now what we're going to do is we're going to whip that knife out again. Boom. Once we got the knife out, let's go ahead and get to cutting. Let's start cutting those edges. Now remember, before we get started on this, I want you to understand, make sure that the edges that you are cutting make sense. Remember, whenever you're adding highlights and shadows, you want your shadows to be the opposite of the highlights. So even if you're looking at me right now, let me make sure I can see myself so I give y'all a good explanation to this. If you're adding highlights to a design, if you're looking at me right now on the camera, you can see the highlights on me, right? The highlights are, excuse me, that's wrong hand. The highlights are right here. You see where the light is bouncing off of me? This would be the highlights of your subject. Whether you're doing a design of an actual human, you doing a design of a cartoon, anything, you always want to make sure your highlights and shadows make sense. As you can see, the highlights is on this side. The light is reflecting off this side of my skin, but it's not on this side. On this side, you can see the shadows and everything. You can see the shadows from the headphones and all of that. You want to be adding shadows. You see the as you see like where my hand is, you want to be adding like the shadows under things. That shadows would be under my neck. They would be under my eyes. You know, they'd be like under my lip and things of that nature. You want everything to be the opposite. So as you can see on this design, I have the shadows coming from that direction. So we want the highlights to come from this direction. Now, if y'all have any more questions on that, I could try to answer you to my people who's watching this back on YouTube. But I just wanted to make that very clear to y'all. So let's go ahead and use our knife and get to cutting. Just cut wherever we want to cut. All we doing is just cutting whichever areas is necessary. I'm doing some extra cutting. Let's go ahead and get that. All right, let's get that. Boom. 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 Okay, so once you have everything cut that you want to cut, what I want you, and make sure all of this is the same color. Make sure you're not doing this on different colors too. I don't want you to, that's it, because that will confuse you. So what I want you to do is hold shift, make sure your white selection tool is on, and hold shift and click into the color that you was just cutting. Click into that. Boom. So when you click into that, everything that you cut is still highlighted. Make sure you hold and shift as you do this. Now let me click on the bottom one. Let me click on that color. Boom. Now everything is deselected that isn't supposed to be cut. Let me click that because I want that to be deselected. Okay, now that we have it like this, what I want you to do is now double click your color box and then drag that color up to a lighter color. You see that? Drag it to whatever you desire. Should I just make it straight white? Yeah, I might as well make it straight white. Put it like that, boom. And that is how you do highlights. So let's do it on this bottom one. I didn't want this bottom one to be that thick. So let's do that. Hold shift, click it. And to get that old white color that we got from the other one, just grab your eyedropper tool and click on that, boom. Now you're gonna be using that eyedropper tool a lot if you plan on doing graphic design. I'm just letting you know that right now. You're gonna be eyedropper crazy. All right, let's do the same thing for these eyes. Let's use that knife. Start cutting right there. Boom. Start cutting. Remember, we're trying to hit those outer edges. That's opposite. As you see, the shadow is on the opposite. So we're going to the opposite of the shadow. Boom, just like that. Use our white selection tool. Click on those. As you see, they're now selected. Let's double click on our color box. Take that color up, just like that. Boom, look at that. Look at that. Now the design is starting to come to life. Look at that. It don't no longer look cheap. It looks a lot better. And we're just going to do this for the entire design. Now, mind you don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. I'm not forcing you to do this. I'm not telling you have to do this. You don't have to do this on most designs. You can just, you could just add your colors and call it a day. I'm just showing you how to detail the exact hell out of this goddamn thing and detail it so good that by the time that somebody sees it, they know like, yo, this person really took their time and made sure that this was right. So let's go ahead. Let's continue. I'm going to turn the music on and we're gonna continue. We doing copyright music today, y'all. Straight up copyright music. We ain't doing that boring music that ain't copywritten today. Forget that. We fighting the algorithm. Let's go. Let's find us some beats. We getting some real beats. They was doing us bad with these beats, man. Them was not sounding good. Okay, y'all. This is pretty much it. This is pretty much it. I mean, I don't remember wanting to put anything else on here. I think this was it. So yeah, that's the design. I think so. Let me check. Make sure I zoom in, make sure I didn't miss nothing. Usually once you get to the end like this, you want to make sure there's no holes in your design. So I'm going to show y'all what to do just in case you have holes in your design. What I want you to do is start a new layer. Make sure your layer is under your complete layer that you're done with. Start a new layer and choose a color that you know you're not gonna, that's not on the design. So always choose lime green because there is no project that ever uses lime green. And let's make a square behind this entire project. Right click on your shape tool and choose rectangle tool. Let's make a square behind this entire thing. And what I want you to do is zoom in on your design and make sure you don't see any lime green in there. Make sure there's no lime green. As you can see, we don't see any lime green. Make sure you get real close on your design. Make sure there's no holes in it. Okay, let's say you're creating a logo or something for a company. You want to make sure there's no holes in that design. because that will become a problem in the printing process. So I'm just telling you, this is something you want to make sure of. So once you're done, go ahead and save it, and we out this thing. To all my people who's watching, who was able to sit here and sit through this entire live stream, I appreciate you. A shout out to all 4 of the people who watched the entire time on Behance. I really appreciate you. Y'all do not have to sit here through this entire thing, but y'all always do, and I appreciate that. Shout out to everybody on Trovo who came in and out. Shout out to Lady 00. Shout outs to Jump Around. And just shout out to everybody. I can't keep up with everybody, but shout out to everybody who's been coming in and out. Instagram, I still got to figure that one out. Shout out to my guy Kent Vice coming in on Twitch. And shout out to my people on Instagram. My people on Facebook who always come in and out and show love. I will see y'all later. I will be back on later on today, probably like right around 7 p.m. I should be on again to do another design little exercise for y'all. So I appreciate y'all.